I began to doubt myself a lot when I started creating content. Every idea, every video, every decision, I just couldn't trust myself enough as a creator. And it was very weird for me because I had never experienced self-doubt in other aspects of my life. So I asked myself, how can I be so sure of myself in one area and completely lost in another? And if that sounds like you, then here are 5 habits that have helped me massively in overcoming self-doubt. And these are not things that I've read in a book. These are things that I've tried myself and noticed a big difference. So let's get started. So the first habit is to stay in your own lane. Okay, this is the one that I'm currently struggling with the most. Ever since I started creating content, I have begun to compare myself a lot to other creators. So whenever they pop up in my feed, I see them growing fast, getting sponsorships, attending events, etc. And especially when I see that people less than my age are doing better, that just really messes with my head. But you know what I don't see? What I don't see is their failures, their setbacks, their consistency, their patience, their hard work, and their struggle. I'm literally comparing myself to people who obviously are more experienced than me in this field. Thank God that now I have finally realized that comparing myself to other people is literally the most unproductive thing that I can ever do. Because if my focus shifts from my own journey to someone else's, I will lose connection with myself and I will start making decisions based on what's working for them rather than what feels right for me. I just need to focus on what is under my control and then let go of everything which is not under my control, meaning that my duty as a creator is to make videos for you guys and to provide value to my audience. What other creators are doing is none of my business, because my business is to serve you and you guys only. I cannot control how many views will I get and when will I grow as a creator, but what I can control is to keep making videos that can help people, even if it's just one person, okay? Even if it's just one person. So from now on, whenever you cannot stop yourself from comparing yourself to someone, I want you to reflect on both their struggles as well as their unfair advantages, because yes, they might be doing better than you, but maybe they have also been through things which you have not. And in fact, maybe there are things that you have personally struggled with, things that have literally messed up your mental health, but they did not go through that. They did not have to fight for survival like you did. My point being is that comparing yourself to other people makes no sense. Everybody's path is different, and how can you compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 100? That is not fair. Comparison literally kills every ounce of your happiness. So if you really love yourself, please do yourself a favor and stop comparing yourself to other people. And then you will notice that you will begin to trust yourself more, because now you will be in a calm and relaxed state of mind. And your focus will only be on improving yourself. Keep your own promises. I cannot tell you how much important this habit is. Every single time you keep a promise to yourself, you prove to yourself that you can rely on yourself. On the other hand, when you constantly break your own promises, like skipping workouts and procrastinating on your goals, you are subconsciously telling yourself that you cannot be trusted and that your words don't mean much. But I have a hack for you. Start treating yourself like you would treat your best friend. Would you betray your own best friend? No, right? Would you break your promises that you made to your best friend? No, right? Then why can't you do the same for yourself? Self-doubt grows in the gap between what you said you would do and then what you actually did. The wider the gap, the more you will doubt yourself. So your focus should be on closing that gap, and you can do that by keeping your own promises from today itself. So for example, if you want to develop a habit of reading, then make a promise to yourself that you will read at least 5 pages of a book every single day, no matter what happens, and then remember to keep that promise, and that's how you will begin to trust yourself. Recover quickly after breaking a habit. The previous habit was about keeping your own promises, and this one is about what happens when you don't, because let's face it, you will skip the workout, you will procrastinate, and you will have bad days, and that's okay, because that's not failure, that's being human. The problem is never the slip. The problem is what story you tell yourself after the slip. Most people break a habit once and then spend a week feeling guilty about it, and that guilt creates more self-doubt than actual mistake ever did. For me, one of my goals is to become flexible enough to be able to do the split. So I have a daily stretching routine, right? Now some days I skip it. Now what I used to do earlier was to beat myself up for it, but now I'm more gentle with myself. Now whenever I mess up or procrastinate, I just get back to it at the earliest. No guilt, no drama. It's like I just took a break and now I'm back at it. Remember, the goal is not to be perfect. The goal is to keep returning at the earliest. The people who trust themselves the most are not the ones who never fall. They are the ones who knows how to get up again the fastest. Take action even when you don't feel ready. This is something that I wish someone told me earlier, and I'm going to be very honest to you guys with this one. So now I'm a creator, right? So there are some days where I want to to record videos, but my inner critic keeps telling me, is this video good enough? Is this idea good enough? Am I good enough? Will people watch this? And if I listen to that voice, I end up doing nothing. It's like that voice completely drains me, and then I have no energy left to film anything. But here's what I've noticed when I do the opposite. On days when I don't listen to that voice and I press record anyway, my self-doubt gets weaker. And this, by the way, has been scientifically proven that taking action reduces self-doubt to a very significant level. And I've said this multiple times on my channel that so many people think that you can only take action once you feel confident. But it's completely the opposite, because the truth is that confidence comes from taking the action already. How can you ever feel confident in something that you have never done before? You can only become confident by doing the thing itself. There is no other way. So whatever it is that you have been postponing because you don't feel ready enough, that business idea, content creation, the thing that you cannot stop thinking about, start it today with whatever you have. The biggest mistake that you can ever make is to wait for the perfect time, because the truth of the matter is there is no such thing as perfect time. The earlier you start, the faster you will get better at it. So it's time for you to prioritize execution over merely collecting ideas. And the last habit is positive self-talk. Positive self-talk is all about talking to yourself in a way that you would talk to the person you love the most in this world. Now, whoever that person might be for you, I want you to imagine that person and suppose they are being very hard on themselves, like not taking any breaks and stressing way too much. What would you say to them? You would most probably appreciate them and remind them how proud you are of them, right? Now it's time to do the same for yourself. Every single time you accomplish something, no matter how small, hype yourself up for that, reward yourself for that, and you can do that by ordering your favorite food, watching your favorite movie, exploring a new place. These are some things that we often do for our loved ones but completely forget about them when it comes to us. Every single time you make a mistake, instead of putting labels on yourself like I'm so stupid and I'm so unlucky, start saying loving words to yourself. Like, it's okay, I made a mistake, I'm learning and I'm still improving, and I'm not going to stress myself out with something which is not under my control. When you start speaking kindly to yourself, your self-doubt will have no choice but to disappear in the loving words you say to yourself. And remember, how you talk to yourself also teaches other people how they should talk to you. And your words are like spells. They have energy, they have power, because what you say will become your reality. So be very careful with what you say to yourself. And that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you found it helpful. Let me know in the comments if you did. And yeah, that's it. I love you guys, and thank you if you watched till the end, and I will meet you in my next video. Bye.